All right, welcome once again to the Africa Enlightenment Center, a debate and discussion series. And today I was supposed to have an interview. I'm waiting for my guest to connect. But while waiting for my guest to connect, let me quickly tell you that the Africa Enlightenment Center, what we do is bringing you enlightenment, bringing you information that can be useful to you, okay, from around the world that can be useful to you, especially, Africans. So our goal is to bring you information that can be useful to you, political information, religious information, and social information. So we're dealing with political issues, religious issues, and social issues as they affect us because what we're looking at is looking at building a better world for everybody. Everybody wants the world to be good. Everybody wants the world to be better. But the truth is, not many people know what to do. And the people that know what to do, they don't have the drive or the will to do the right thing. And it's become a problem and a challenge to the world. So what we're doing is bringing information that challenges your thinking, that challenges your mind to begin to think better and begin to challenge yourself to think critically and become a better person because information, knowledge is power. It is knowledge that can transform you and transform the society. It's knowledge that transforms people. When people are transformed by knowledge, then they can be useful to themselves and be useful to the society. So while we wait for our guests to come in, I'm going to quickly, talk about something. Talk about why belief in God is dangerous. Why having a belief in God is dangerous. Once you open yourself to believing that there is a God somewhere that created the world, once you believe in that there's such a God that created the world, you have opened up yourself to manipulation because the belief in God is actually the idea of some persons. Okay, it was created by some persons and is an ancient idea. And that idea, because of fear, people are not able to live beyond it, even in this modern time. So once you believe in God, you've opened yourself up to manipulation, and people will manipulate you. And who are the people that will manipulate you? The people that are the custodians of that idea, of the God idea, of the God belief. They will manipulate you. And you can see, look at the word. There are two big, huge sets of people that are being manipulated and being used against, the world right now. You talk about Christianity, you talk about Islam. These people are all under the manipulation of the religious leaders who are the custodians of the beliefs that they have. You see that? So once you believe in God, you will also believe that that same God sent somebody to you. In the case of Christianity, Christians believe that that same God sent Jesus Christ to them, who in turn sent 12 apostles, who in turn sent their own pastors, okay, right now to preach to them, to tell them what to do, how to live, and all that. And then if you are on the other side, we'll talk about Islam, you will now believe that the God who created the world sent a prophet. After Jesus Christ, he sent a prophet who is the final prophet. There's no other prophet in the world anymore. None will be sent anymore. He is the final prophet to humanity, and you must believe everything he tells you, everything that he says in the holy book. And then how would you believe in that? You will not believe what the leaders in the organization, the leaders in the religion, what they tell you from the holy book. So you believe in them. So whatever they tell you, you must believe it, or else you'll be in trouble. You see that? So you are under serious manipulation from time to time. You're manipulated. You're told what to do. You cannot take decisions for your own life. without looking at the book, or looking at what these leaders have to tell you. Especially in Christianity, you have to believe in your pastors, you have to believe in your bishops and teachers and all the prophets. What they tell you is what you believe and you do. And in Islam, you must believe what the Islamic clerics, what they tell you. And that is why there's always a gathering where all these rules and laws and regulations and whatever that are believed to have come from God, they are repeated to you every week, every time they're repeated to you. And so you must live your life according to these principles. And the funny thing is, none of these people are able to actually live according to the principles that they claim come from their God. And then they say, oh, if you violate the principles, then you seek forgiveness and you'll be forgiven, then you start again. So it's like a circle. You're going round, round and round, round and round a circle. You're not going anywhere. You're just in one place, for so many years. Like, there's so many people who were born in these religions. They've been there for years, tens of years, some 50 years, 30 years. Some even lived and died in the religion, trying to please this God that they're told that owns their life and all that. So when you believe that a particular God owns your life, you have actually submitted your life to the people that own that idea, that ideology. The people that brought that God, the people that revealed that God, and those who are still custodians, that is, those who are still custodians of that idea, you have submitted your life to them so they can manipulate you. You see that? That is the reason why, for instance, currently in Nigeria, one of the prophets is selling soap, for prosperity. And the people believe that when they bathe with that soap, they are going to prosper and all that. So there's a whole lot of confusion that you led into your life once you believe there is a God, such a God. But if you don't believe that there's such a God, if you don't believe in God, then you have the freedom to choose what you want in your life. You have the freedom to choose what you want to believe. You have the freedom to choose where you want to be, what you want to do with your life. And the funny thing is, most of these people make you to believe that morality comes from their God. Without their God, you can't be moral. Okay? But morality is not tied to any religion. It comes from within you. Okay? It's your decision and all that. And today we live in a society that is highly democratized. We have laws, we have rules and regulations that govern every society. And democratic societies is where people come together to decide the future, to decide what is good for them, to decide how they want to live. But one of the reasons why democracies that we find ourselves in our societies, why these democracies are not working well, is because of the influence of religion, the influence of religious sects, because they want what they believe to be in the constitution. For instance, when we talk about Islam, they want everybody to obey Sharia, the law of Sharia and all of that, because they believe that law is a law from their God, and every other person is subject to their God, and every other person must submit themselves to the sovereign will of their God, as written in their holy book. So all of these influences our politics and all that. You see that? Then from the Christian perspective, they believe that the Bible, should decide how people should live on earth. But even the Bible itself contains a lot of things that are against what even Christianity preaches today. You see that? So all of these influences from religion is a major reason why our democracies are not actually working well. Because there's so much influences from these religions to control the society, because all they're fighting for is control. They're fighting for how they can control the society, and whoever controls the society controls the resources. So it's all about resources. If you read the Bible, it talks about the fact that the God of the Jews gave them a particular land. He gave it to Abraham, promised Abraham and all that. You see that? And then you talk about Islam, you see that they tell you that all of the things in the world belongs to their God. You see that? He owns everything. He owns you. He owns everything. So they want to decide what happens in the world, what happens to you, what happens around you, what happens with your resources, because they believe it belongs to their God. So you must submit to their God. And when you submit to their God, what happens? You've submitted to them. And now let me tell you something. The funny thing is, all of the revelations that are written in the books, in the so-called holy books, they came through dreams and visions from the Bible. You see that? Dreams and visions and all that. And, some encounters that, are recorded to have been, that happened that nobody was there, that they met with God, that the prophets met with God. Talk about Moses. Even in Islam, Moses is recognized. They met with God, they ate with God. Nobody was there. It was just stories and all that. And people believe these stories. You see that? And one thing I ask people is that if God had an encounter with somebody, like maybe Moses and all that, has that God stopped encountering people today? Why is it that that God is no longer talking to people? You see that? Has he changed his method? Has he changed? Has he changed his approach and all that? So it's funny, when you submit yourself to the God belief or the God ideology that there is a God somewhere that is ruling over earth, you have to choose which one you submitted to. That is the funny thing. You have to submit, you have to choose the one you submitted to. Because when you say, okay, God, then the next thing, which one? Is he the God of the Muslims or the God of the Christians? There are others, but these are the prominent ones. And whether you are, into Hinduism or whatever, you will still submit to any of these because the world is dominated by these people and they are more in governance than every other, religion. They are more in governance. They influence most of the policies in governance. You see that? That is the reason why it's important to educate people to come out of the God belief. When people begin to come out of the God belief, they begin to become independent. They begin to become independent and begin to know what is good for them. You see that? And begin to decide their own future. They're not going to be ruled by these ideas anymore. When the God idea is no longer in charge of your life, you become a more effective human being. See that? You will know is that you've been deceived. You become more effective because your decisions will be more rational. You take more rational decisions. You see that? So the world currently is in so much chaos because of the influence of these religions, especially the two major religions in the world. They're influencing governance, influencing everything around us because they want to dominate. They believe their God owns the world and all of that. But you and I know that nobody owns the world. No God somewhere owns the world. If there's such a God, he would have showed up. He would have showed himself, not only to these religious people, but to the whole world that, yes, I'm the God of the whole world. Yes, here I am. But because there is no such God, nobody has showed up. Since the beginning that nobody knows till today, no God has showed up. Maybe if there was a God, he would have showed up and announced on the loudspeaker to the whole world, here I am. We're only told in the Bible that there was an announcement about, Jesus Christ, that this is my beloved son, hear ye him or believe in him or whatever. But nobody knows whether the story is true. But if it was true, then why can't God make such an announcement again about these so-called pastors that we see today? So something is wrong somewhere. So the belief in God is dangerous because you are prone to manipulation. You're manipulated by the people who are the present custodians of the God idea. Okay, you become prone to manipulation of the people that are the custodians of this God idea, no matter the religion, but especially Christianity and Islam. So it is important that you begin to find information, get knowledge, and know the truth, okay, about these holy books and what they say. Some of the things that are in these holy books, you begin to wonder if there's a God at all. Why would such a God say such things? Why would such a God command such things, that kind of obedience? Sometimes, if you read the holy books, it appears that the God is so confused, he doesn't even know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's doing because the laws keep changing and all that. And some very archaic laws that today they're no longer relevant to the world, but they're still being forced on people. That is what the God says, and that's what they must do. So if you haven't come out of the belief in God, you have to, so that you can have your life back, you can have yourself back. Because when you believe in the idea, it's like donating your life to the people that are the custodians of the idea. It's not easy to come out, but you can make it out. Just like some of us, it wasn't easy, but we had to make it out. We had to make it out. Somehow, we started studying, we started gaining knowledge, gaining understanding, and knowing how the world works, how the world functions, and all that. We may not know all the details, but it is better that I know something for myself than to just believe blindly what I don't know. You see that? So you have to know something for yourself. Find information, get information. There's so much information on the internet. You can get any information that you want to get on the internet. You can get it about any topic, about anything, and begin to learn and begin to free your mind from the fear that is associated with religion. Somehow that fear is orchestrated by your belief. You still believe that there could be a God somewhere and all that, and then that's going to punish you. That is going to maybe reward you if you do good, punish if you do bad. And good and bad is decided by the people that claim to hear from this God, that he tells them. And you can see the confusion all over the place. Different thousands and millions of different understanding and interpretation of the same thing that this God says, whether in Christianity or in Islam. You have different interpretations and understanding. That is to tell you this thing has nothing to do with any God somewhere. It is orchestrated by men, created by men to control other people. So if you want to break free from that manipulation, the first thing is to dish that belief in God, that idea that there is a God somewhere that is ruling over the world or ruling over your life, that is in control of your life. Until you get rid of that God, it will be difficult to break free, from manipulation. Your life will be manipulated. All right, I'm going to end it here for now. So if you want to participate in this program, you can call this number. You can call this number. You have a question or you have a contribution, you can call this number right now. So you can also send us super chat and super thanks to show your comments live. You can make your comments and we will show your comments live right here. So if you're watching, I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear from you. You can call us or you can make a comment. I've just talked about manipulation, that if you believe in the God idea, you have opened up yourself to manipulation by people, manipulation by those who are the custodians of these beliefs. Anybody that is in charge of the belief is the one that dictates what to do and what you don't do. For instance, for some time now, the Roman Catholic Church has been debating about LGBTQ, whether to allow certain marriages, certain things and all that. There is no God dictating that. It is these people that are dictating that. They are the ones who choose what they think is good and all that or bad. They choose for the people. So they're debating it. If there was a God, he would have given an express instruction about that this is what you should do. But because there's no such God, they are the ones that are making the decisions. They are the ones that are doing everything. So it's what they tell you. If you believe in that idea, is what they tell you that you must do. You see that? So you've opened yourself to manipulation once you believe in that idea. So it is important that you begin to seek knowledge and gain understanding and know that there is no such de facto dictator of the universe. There is no such God. There is a de facto dictator of the universe that appoints whoever he likes. and tells him what people should do and how people should live, and write it in some books, some tablets transferred into some books with so many errors, and so many tales by moonlight, so many myths that are inconsistent with history, that are inconsistent with reality. A God cannot write such books, such material, such books that are inconsistent with reality. Even in this 21st century, he's silent. He has not changed anything. And the world has changed. Today, I'm using a peanut microphone, but this was not available so many years ago. But humans have advanced, science has advanced to a point where I can use this. But this same God of these religions has not advanced. Hasn't advanced in any way. He's even finding it difficult to regulate the morality of the people that believe in him. If you read the Bible, you see issues of morality all over and over and over. And God being angry at people, and today he's just at peace with his people. Tomorrow he's angry at the people and all that. Such an angry God and all that. Not just in the Bible, in the so-called holy book of Islam and all that. God keep changing his terms, keep telling, do this, and then tomorrow he says do this one and all that. You see that? So it is people that have written these things down, and not any God anywhere, because of what they believe, because of what came out of their mind and all that. And everybody has ability to dream. You dream. Okay, why don't everybody write down his dream and write them into holy books for every other person to obey and to live by? Because all of us have these same encounters that these people claim are from their God. We all have these encounters. You that is watching me right now, you have your own dreams too. You dream. Yeah, you dream. And you see things. So why don't you write it down into a holy book and then let the whole world obey it too? You see that? I'm going back to what I said earlier. All of these books, holy books, they were written by people who had visions and dreams and strange encounters, which every one of us at some point in our lives we have these encounters too. So does it mean that we have billions of gods, for as in we have one God for every person? Okay, so it is important that you understand that dreams are visions are a normal part of our lives. It's just that a whole lot of people don't understand their dreams and their visions. They don't know why they dream, how it comes, why, and all that. They don't even have time for that. So the few people that have had time for that, they've been able to create a system with which they manipulate people with it and say it is from God and all that. Okay, that God wants this for you and all that. Sometimes some of these dreams are just a reflection of what is going on in your life, so that you can begin to pay attention to what is happening around you. But most of these things are generalized and then put forth to be for everybody. Okay, our God wants everybody to do this and all that. So that is why it's dangerous to believe in God. Because once you believe in God, you are prone to manipulation from any of the people who have these beliefs or who hold these beliefs. You see that? So once you believe in God, which one? Which one of them? Because the gods are many, the rules are different. Different rules from different gods and all that. So you have to be somewhere, you have to believe in one, you have to now begin to obey whatever the custodians of that, a belief system created in the name of a particular God. You have to begin to obey whatever they tell you. You have to be there and all that. And one of the reasons why the world is still, structured this way is because religious people are still more than people who are irreligious. And they are more in the government, they're in control of the governments around the world. And because of that, you need to be connected to them to have anything, the politics of religion and all that. So you have to be part of one religious group or the other to be able to benefit from certain things and all that. All that will be broken when more people come out of religion. So the more people come out of religion, the freer our society is going to be. I'm looking forward to see in my lifetime a society that is more irreligious than religious. A society where, people can, you want to worship your God, you do that in your house and not force it on people, and not make it a law or try to kill people for not obeying the so-called principles of your God, or defaming your God or whatever. So it's a personal thing. You serve your God or do whatever you like with your God. Just like today, the worshippers of Zeus of those days, they can't force their beliefs on people anymore, because it is gone. They've lost it. See that? Then the followers of most of the African traditional religions, they don't hold sway abroad, don't hold sway in England or any other place. They can't force their beliefs on anybody. They just do it quietly in their houses and all that. I'm looking forward to a time where Christianity and Islam will be like that. That people will just believe whatever they believe and do it in their houses, and not force it on any people, or use it to influence governments, to implement whatever law, whatever they think, the people should do. I'm looking forward to that time. So if you want to call in, I showed up the numbers to call. The number to call is on your screen. You can call the number right now so that we can have a chat. We can have a talk. I waited for our guest. Maybe something happened. Our guest could not join in. So I had to talk about something else. Maybe we'll reschedule for some other time. So I've been talking about why belief in God is dangerous. If you like what we're giving to you, the content we're producing, you can support us to do more, because there is more that is coming your way. You can send us super thanks, and also you can send us super chat in this live session. And I want to see your comments. Start typing your comments. Start typing your comments right now. Let me see your comment. What do you think? I've just talked about the fact that belief in God is dangerous. And I've given some reasons why belief in God is dangerous. Okay, because you are prone to manipulation. That is a major reason. You have given yourself up to manipulation by men. And who are the people that will manipulate you? Those who believe, those who are the custodians of what you have believed in. And the moment you believe in a particular God, what happens? You have believed in the ideas of men, which is the people who brought forth that God, because every God is a product of the ideas of a person. Okay? Like the God of the Israelites is a product of the ideas of Moses. You see that? And then it metamorphosed into Jesus Christ. Okay, which is the ideas of those who wrote the New Testament scriptures, and that is linked to the Romans. And then you come to Islam is a product of the prophet, their prophet. You see that? So you have opened up yourself to manipulation. The custodians of these religions today in this modern world, you have submitted yourself to the custodians of the religion today once you believe in God. And when you believe in God, the next thing is which of the gods, because God, as in God, is not, like universal in a way. All gods are tribal. They originate from a particular tribe. Yeah. Every god that is named or that is mentioned that people worship or believe in originated from a particular tribe. You see that? And the two major religions of the world today, their God originated from the Israelites, originated from the Jewish people. You see that? Because they all believe that this same God that spoke to Moses, that talked to Moses. So if it is this God that talked to Moses, then where did it come from? It originated from that tribe. So all gods are tribal. That is to say, they come from a particular tribe, and they are the ideas of people from that tribe where they originated. So once you believe in it, the custodians of this belief, they are already all over the world, because these beliefs were used for politics, okay, to control people, because the people who use it for politics, they know that when they are not there, when you are not there, when you are not with people, you cannot control what they do, what they think, and all that. So you have to implant something that controls them, which is the God idea. The God idea is implanted in you. Like Richard Dawkins will always say that God is a delusion. So it is used to control you, to delude you, to confuse you, and then to begin to control your life. Because whatever they told you God said you should not do, you're going to do it because you're afraid of that God, because you believe that God is going to punish you. When nobody is there, he punishes and all that. All of that is in the Holy Scriptures, okay? All of the Holy Scriptures, you see, reward and punishment is all over in the place. So you are afraid that you'll be punished. And then some of these religions are really brutal. They can go to any length to actually punish you physically for disobeying their God. So they fight for their God and all that. So this fear controls people. Once you have believed in this God, you are directly under their control. They manipulate you. They must tell you what to do, and you have no choice to do it. Like in Christianity right now, there's a battle for tithes and all that. Most of these pastors, they manipulate their congregation, those who believe in them, to pay tithes to them, and then they threaten them. And they're told that if they don't pay tithes, things will be tight with them. They're going to have problems. They're going to have issues. That the reason that why they're having certain issues is because they're not paying tithes. But if you are not tied to these ideas, to the God idea, you will know that there are people who are not paying tithes, who are passing through the same problems that the people who are paying tithes are passing through. And there are people who are not paying tithes who are more prosperous than the people that are paying tithes. So when you look at all of this, common sense will tell you that these people are lying. What other proof do you need to know that these people are lying? For so many years, they believed that God is going to come from the skies to come and judge people and all that. But none of that has happened, and none of that is going to happen. Reality tells us that humanity is advancing every day, and the world is not going to come to a halt or going to come to an end anytime soon. It is you as a person that expires, and then humanity continues. That is why there's reproduction. We produce our kinds and we expire. There's no God that is coming from anywhere to judge anybody and all that because you didn't give him his money. And the funny thing is, you are not giving any money to any God, or you do any good to anybody, you are not giving to any God. It is for your own benefits and for the benefits of the person you are giving to. That is just the basic truth about it. And the truth is, there's no hellfire anywhere that you're going and all that. There's no proof to that. No proof so far. So the truth is, you must begin to question the things that you have been told. When you begin to question them, they will fight against you. They will make sure you keep quiet. They will make sure you don't talk anymore. You see that? And when they tell you to give money to God, like I tell, my friend, some friends, tell them, if they tell you to give money to God, ask them for the account number of God so that you give the money directly to that God. So if there's no God, God doesn't have an account number, so he doesn't need the money. Because if he needed money, he will have an account number where you can send the money directly to him. That is to tell you that it is the people that are telling you to give to God, they are the ones you're giving to. Just like, it's not different from what fraudsters do, right? It's not different from what they do, okay? They give you an account number to pay to, like you're paying to, a company, or you're paying for goods and services that you bought from a company, but you're actually paying the money to them. And the company will not receive the money. They receive the money, and they have deceived you. They've duped you, and they will use your money to live their lives while you go broke and go hungry and all that. See that? That's why many religious people are poor. The poorest people in the world are religious people. Go and check out the stats. Religious people are the poorest people you can find in the world because they live their lives for their religious leaders. They give their monies, their resources to their religious leaders to live well while they wait for their God to be a blessing to them. Their religious leaders do not, call on God to give them anything. When they need anything, they come to meet the people that God said the people should give to them. And then when the people need something, they tell the people to pray to God to give them. So you see that once you believe in God, You have opened up yourself to manipulation, and it may take you so many years to be able to come out of it. You see that? So if you haven't come out of it, begin to seek knowledge. And I'm sharing some insight with you through which you can come out of this religious bondage. You can support this channel by sending us super chats during this live session. Okay. And then you can also support us by sending super thanks through our videos. You can also be a member of this channel. Just click the join button and you will see all of the options there for you to join this channel, become a member. You can join us in live interviews and share your opinions and your ideas on this platform. There's so much more that we have in stock to come your way. So tomorrow we're going to have another live session, and I'm going to post it later. I'm going to work on it and post it later for you to see it. We're going to talk about something else by tomorrow. All right. So at this juncture, I'm going to end the live session here. Thank you for watching. Do share this video so that others can benefit from it. All right. Thank you for watching. See you in the next live video.